I say this? Well, this is because I handed out flyers a few months ago in Luton claiming that Allah is gay. I did this because the media and the establishment assured me that Islam was just like any other religion in the West. And rather than accepting that theory uncritically, I decided to test it. You see, the one thing that almost all religions in the West have in common is an ability to cope with the sneers and the mockery of an increasingly secular culture. And this is not an endorsement of that mockery, but rather a badge of honor for these religions who uphold freedom of speech. It shows their compatibility with a society founded on the values of debate and free thought. They have all had their idols mocked, and they have learned to roll with the punches. But not Islam. All religions are equal, but it seems some religions are more equal than others. While Christianity can be spat on, mocked, and ridiculed, the UK government derives hate speech laws to protect Islam. The European people keep their mouths shut because they fear another Charlie Hebdo. And our youth are bullied into submission by their educational institutions to bow to Mecca in the name of tolerance. But some ideas need to be challenged, and all ideas deserve to be ridiculed. How easy would it be to just do what we're told, to live quietly, to bow down, and to sing the slogans of the powerful, to quietly accept the paltry rewards of the obedient? But that's just not in us, is it? It's certainly not in the people who showed up today, and it is certainly not in the historical spirit and soul of this great United Kingdom. Because the spirit of the West is engulfed in a restlessness that hates submission and detests conformity, that craves conflict and yearns for infinity. Ours is a spirit of revolution, a compulsion to overturn what is established and to reshape the world. This revolutionary impulse is no longer an attribute or characteristic of the left, despite how progressives tout that it's their cornerstone to this day, but it is now one of the right, of conservatives, of libertarians, and even classical liberals. And what better word than the Latin word for a turnaround? We've gone too far down this path of insanity, into a clown world that no longer upholds morality or even reality. It's about time we spun on our heels. And so, the modern revolutionary rages against progressivism, for this doctrine has become the establishment's Bible. And with its actualization comes stagnancy and decay. We are in a unique position to witness this changing paradigm, to see that perhaps intolerance and narrow-mindedness were never inherent characteristics of the right or the left, but are instead characteristics of humans in positions of power. Power which enables us to ignore perspectives that challenge our worldview and to shut down those who try to disrupt the status quo. And as that pendulum swings back and forth, as it historically has for ages, how easy would it be for us to flatter ourselves when the winds blow in our favor? How easy would it be to forget our skepticism of established ideas and our respect for the embattled pioneer? I know that today many of us work in the process of swinging that pendulum back, but I pray that when we do, we have the maturity to remember the lessons we learned from the margins, how power can cripple and how righteousness blinds. I hope we remain vigilant to our own fallibility and avoid the simplistic moralisms of these left-wing censorship organizations we see today. And I only end with this message of warning because I truly believe that we have a shot at winning back our voice, at winning back our freedoms. In fact, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And like those brave past opponents of tyranny, we cannot afford to fail. The British politician Enoch Powell said of another immigration crisis, "All I know is that to see and not to speak would be the great betrayal." But there is a greater betrayal than this, and it is being perpetrated by today's establishment. It knows what we see, and because we see, it is determined that we do not speak. But ladies and gentlemen, today and all other days, we shall. We shall speak in Whitehall. We shall speak at Speaker's Corner. We shall speak in Paris. We shall speak in Brussels. We shall never be silent. And ladies and gentlemen, we shall never surrender.
Holy shit, look at the size of this crowd. I'm not seeing many Nazi flags. Distinct lack of swastikas. Lots of British flags, English flags, Welsh and Scottish flags, but no Nazi flags. I think I've been lied to. It's weird. So I just want to say that I'm kind of disappointed that Ali Dawa couldn't be up here. I don't agree with what he stands for, but I agree with his right to say it. So, what is freedom? It's a complicated question, but I think you can boil it down to this. Freedom means nothing if it does not include the freedom to be left alone. To be left alone to one's own devices so long as they don't interfere with others. But each of the groups that are opposing us here, they're not going to leave you alone. You've got the far left, who are basically economic totalitarians. You've got the Islamists, who are the religious totalitarians. And they're the ones who want us to shut up. Each of these groups hate British liberalism because they're totalitarian. They're totalitarian because they want to erase the distinction between the public and the private. You will not be able to get away from them because they want to make your personal life their political project. They will never leave you alone. They want your property, they want your identity, they want your immortal soul, and they have a moral compulsion pushing them on. Their consciences won't let them rest because their belief systems will not permit tolerance of the different. How much will you concede to these tyrants? Good. Every statement they make is in opposition to your natural rights. You must believe what they believe. You must act as they act, and you must say what they say, and don't you forget it. They do not come offering freedom, because none of them are themselves free. All they can offer you is a share in their servitude. Misery loves company. If people shackled by mental chains see those who aren't, their first compulsion is to try and impose their needs and values on you. Because, as Kanye West recently pointed out, they choose their chains. They need the safety of oppression, the abdication of moral choice, and the consequences thereof. If something terrible happens, what do they say? That wasn't real Islam. That wasn't real communism. They choose their chains because they are weak. They are afraid of differences and their own ability to handle things that are different. They do not trust in their own moral character. They are afraid of what comes next. But I can say something they can't say. I am not afraid. Actually, given the size of this crowd, I'm fucking terrified. But in principle, I am free. And I will not allow the fearful to take my freedom from me because they have no faith in themselves. Thank you.